Hey, what time is it? It's learning time with me, Grandpa Jai. Why, hello there. How are you today? As for me, I'm doing just fine. Today, we're learning about tenacity. Do you know what tenacity is or what it means? When someone has tenacity, it means that they are determined to do something. One example of having tenacity is when it is that you're doing something and it gets really hard and you just want to quit, but you tell yourself, nope, no matter what, I'm just going to stick with it and I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. Today, we're going to read a story about somebody that is a good example of having tenacity. Our story today is called Papa's Mechanical Fish. If you have this book, you can read along as I read. Okay, let's get to it.
Papa's Mechanical Fish, written by Candace Fleming. Pictures by Boris Kulikov. This is my Papa, and this is his backyard workshop where he spends his days thinking, tinkering, and inventing things. Hear that? Clink, clankety bang, thump, whir. That's the sound of Papa at work. Clink, clankety clang, thump, burr. Sometimes Papa tries inventing helpful things, like collapsible coat hangers that are easy to store. Sometimes he tries inventing unusual things, like edible socks. And sometimes he tries inventing playful things that just don't work, like steam-powered roller skates. He forgot to put the brakes on. But not once has Papa invented anything that works perfectly. I will some day, Papa tells me. All I need is a fantastic idea, but fantastic ideas are not easy to come by. So Papa twiddles his tools and pulls his hair. He racks his brain, sighs, and stares until one day he throws down his screwdriver. Enough thinking, he cries. Who wants to go fishing? I do, I holler. Me too, said my brother Cyril. Don't forget me, adds our sister Mary. My da-da, squeals the baby Wilhelmina. Woof, barks our bulldog Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these poles, said Mamma. We all troop out to the lighthouse pier and drop our lines into Lake Michigan. Plop, 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 plop. Papa, I say as we wait for a bite, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a fish? A fish? He mutters. Fish? Uh-oh, squeals the baby. Papa's pole clattered to the pier. He leaps to his feet. He whirls me around. Warina, you're brilliant, he whoops. Then he is gone, racing back over the sand dunes to his workshop. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whirr. Ta-da! Cries Papa a few weeks later. He opens his workshop doors to reveal. What is it? I ask. It's an underwater vessel, he explains. A mechanical fish. I will dive like a salmon. I will glide like a trout. Papa's mechanical fish is so small he barely fits inside. It has a tube sticking out the top so he can breathe. It has a pole sticking out the bottom so he can push himself along the lake floor. I call it the whitefish, he says. But will it work? We keep our fingers crossed. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. And then the whitefish is launched. Sploosh! But Glub, glub, glub. Papa swims back to the pier. It almost worked, he says. Almost, I agree. I think for a minute, then ask, Papa, how do fish move through the water? With their tails, said Cyril. With their fins, added Mary. Fishy go, squealed the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this towel, said Mamma. She wraps it around Papa's shoulders. But he is too deep in thought to notice. And clink, clankety bang, thump, whirr. Behold, the white fish too. It is big enough for two people to sit in. It has a wooden fin on top and a wooden propeller in back. Papa pedals it like a bicycle to make it go. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. Then the white fish, too, is launched. Sploosh! It dives below the surface. Swoosh! But crank, dip, splinter rip, Papa bobs to the surface. It almost worked, he hollers to us. Almost, I holler back. I think again, then ask, Papa, how do fish stay dry? With special skin, says Cyril. With scales, adds Mary. No pee-pee, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this life preserver, said Mamma. She tossed it to Papa, but he is too deep in thought to notice. And clink, clankety bang, thump, whirr! Behold, the white fish 3. It's big enough for 3 people to sit in. It has a plunger to make it go up and down. It has a steering wheel to make it go left and right. It has levers instead of pedals, and it is covered in waterproof copper. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. Then the white fish 3 is launched. Sploosh! It dives. Swoosh! It chugs beneath the waves. Check, 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 check. But crump! Papa clings to a buoy. It almost worked, he said minutes later as we pull him into the rowboat. Almost, I said. I think some more and then ask, Papa, how do fish know where they're going? Can they see under water? Says Cyril. Do they have good eyes? Said Mary. Peekaboo, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these oars, said Mamma. She rose towards shore. But Papa is too deep in thought to notice. Now he barricades himself in his workshop. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whirr! He does not come out. Thunk, clunk, whack! We cannot go in. Tap, tap! He even covers the windows so we can't peek. Zap! What's the big secret? I ask. Wait and see, Papa said. Just wait and see. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whirr! At last he flings wide the workshop doors. Surprise! Ooh, we gasp. Ah! The Whitefish 4 is big enough for 7 people to sit in. It has an air cooling system, an air compression system, and an air purifying system. It has a steam boiler to run the engine and battery to run the headlights. It has velvet carpeting and comfortable chairs. Along its length are a dozen portholes. Papa grins. Who wants to go for a ride? I do, I whoop. Me too, says Cyril. Don't forget me, adds Mary. Go bye-bye, squeals Baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along lunch, said Mama. One by one we drop down through the hatch, then Papa seals it behind us, takes his place at the controls, and sploosh, swoosh, checka checka checka. Wow! Hours later we rise to the surface. We glide to the beach. We spread out a blanket and feast on ham sandwiches. Papa, I say between mouthfuls, that idea was absolutely positively fantastic. Brilliant, says Cyril. Clever, adds Mary. Yay, squeals Baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad you brought me along, said Mamma. She gives Papa a big, big smooch. Then a seagull flies overhead. I toss it my bread crust. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bird? I ask. A bird? Papa mutters. A bird? Uh-oh, squeals Baby. Clink, clankety, bang, thump, whirr. The end.
Did you see how it was that Papa's fish didn't work over and over and over? He probably would have got discouraged, but he had tenacity, and he said, I'm just going to keep on working on it until he figured it out. Did you know that the inventor of the light bulb, Thomas Edison, failed making the light bulb 10,000 times until finally he figured it out? He was a great example of having tenacity. What if he had given up after just 10 or 20 times? We might not even have the light bulb. You might not have lights in your room or in your house. But because he had tenacity, he stuck with it and he figured it out, just like Papa in our story. Our book showed us that when we want to do something, we will fail sometimes, but that's okay. We just got to pick ourselves up and go figure it out and just keep on working on it. Wouldn't it be so cool to have a machine like Papa made? That would be really cool. Sometimes it's hard to have tenacity because maybe we just want to quit because it's really hard. We just have to keep on pushing and keep on trying. And sometimes we do quit too soon, but we just have to pick ourselves up and remember to try harder next time so that we'll do great things. If we feel like we don't do good, we just got to work harder next time and try our best. But we'll get it, right? Remember, our best is our best, so just forget the rest. Don't worry about it. You'll get it. Well, that's all we have for today. If you'd like to get a copy of this book for yourself, I left a link in the description down below. And the next time you think about or you hear the word tenacity, remember Papa and how it was that even though he failed at making what he wanted multiple times, he kept sticking with it and he kept working on it until it is that he got it and he made something really, really cool. Don't forget to come see me tomorrow and we'll learn something new. Bye.